Bishop Jewel Withers delivered a sermon at the 117th Holy Convocation that left the entire gathering buzzing. Every word he spoke carried a weight that felt almost prophetic. From the opening moments, it was clear this message wasn't ordinary preaching. It was a raw, unapologetic breakdown of truth, discipline, and faith that pushed the congregation to reflect deeply on their spiritual lives. The sanctuary was already filled with anticipation as thousands gathered. Choirs rehearsed, prayers whispered through the aisles, and the stage was arranged with precision. Even before Bishop Withers stepped to the pulpit, the atmosphere felt charged. When he finally entered, the energy shifted instantly. Known for his boldness and clarity, he commanded the room with a presence that made everyone lean in. He wasted no time addressing the state of the church and the personal struggles of believers. His tone carried both authority and vulnerability as he spoke about the danger of spiritual stagnation, going through the motions of faith without engaging in true transformation. Faith without action is like a fire without heat, he declared, a statement that echoed through the sanctuary. He urged listeners to confront their hidden weaknesses, reminding them that they might hide from the world but never from God. His words pushed people to look inward, to examine the issues they had ignored for far too long. As he continued, he painted vivid pictures of people drifting from God's purpose due to distractions and complacency. His stories felt real, relatable, and urgent. He spoke about divine calling, the cost of ignoring it, and the regret that follows. The congregation reacted visibly, leaning forward, nodding, whispering amen, some wiping tears. When he shifted to accountability within the church, the atmosphere grew even more intense. He addressed leaders directly, challenging them to step beyond titles and truly serve. His message was clear. The spiritual health of the community depended on honesty, courage, and shared responsibility. He emphasized perseverance, drawing parallels between biblical stories and modern struggles. He reminded the audience that faith is proven not in comfort, but in resilience. If you can stand when everything is against you, you are walking in the fullness of God's intention, he said. His storytelling carried a rhythm that captivated listeners, combining passion, stillness, humor, and raw truth in perfect balance. Then came the moment that stunned the room. He delivered revelations about personal transformation, prayer in turbulent seasons, and total surrender to God's will. These weren't vague statements. They were sharp, precise observations that forced listeners to question their depth of commitment. The congregation reacted in waves: applause, tears, silence, reflection. Even those watching online felt the intensity, flooding social media with comments like, "He's talking straight to me," and "This is real preaching." The sermon quickly went viral. Clips circulated across Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, sparking conversations among believers, pastors, and longtime church members. Some felt uplifted, others confronted. Many ministers praised Bishop Withers for challenging the church to return to authenticity, transparency, and deeper faith. Others found themselves wrestling with the uncomfortable truth he exposed about leadership and personal responsibility. Regular church members shared testimonies about how his sermon pushed them to pray more intentionally, reconcile broken relationships, or recommit to their spiritual purpose. Faith-based channels dissected his key points, calling them a blueprint for genuine spiritual renewal. This wasn't just a sermon. It sparked a movement of reflection, accountability, and renewed passion. And just when it felt like the message had reached its peak, Bishop Withers delivered a cliffhanger. A principle so profound that he hinted ignoring it could lead to spiritual stagnation or missed destiny. He ended with a sense of urgency, leaving the room buzzing with conversations and questions long after he stepped away from the pulpit. As the convocation ended, one question lingered. Would this sermon become just an emotional moment, or would it ignite lasting transformation in leaders and believers alike? The ripple effects were clear, but the true impact would unfold in the weeks and months to come as people reflected on the power of his words and decided how to respond.